So welcome, ladies and gentlemen. So today we sat down, or I'm sitting down, and I'm going to be comparing PES 2020 on the left to FIFA 20 on the right. So this was taken from IGN. They played it at Gamescom. It's a classic matchup between Dortmund and Bayern Munich. And on the left-hand side, we've got Man United Arsenal taken from the demo. So first things first, yes, PES is going to look far better graphically than FIFA in this video, because this is captured directly, this isn't. This is downloaded. So really don't take the graphics too far into account. I've tried to get both screens within the same ratio. It's probably going to be very wide and slim, but I think it's the best way to sort of compare them. So here's a look at the player models. I mean, I think overall, the kit's a lot tighter on FIFA. You know, this is a tight-fitted Dortmund kit. This is a little bit looser on the Bayern Munich. It's nice to have the differences there. Some people, you know, likewise myself, saying maybe a little bit too baggy in PES this year. Whether they'll change or not, I don't know up until launch. But either way, player models for both of them are pretty solid. I'm going to go ahead and just run these videos and then be jumping from different things left, right, and center. So this is, let's actually go back to the game plan. So if you kind of compare the game plans, you have to say that FIFA still is the better and easier to do. You know, I like having the little things at the top, the squad formations, tactics, roles, instructions. You can change balance throughout the match. If you want to play more attacking, you can play a different way to defending, etc. Whereas on PES, you know, it's getting a little bit stale now, isn't it? It's kind of very outdated, the look of it. Yes, they've changed the color of the background. They've added some purple. But apart from that, it is primarily the same thing we've been seeing. And FIFA haven't changed. This is the same as we saw last year, the year before. But it just looks more modern. And I think PES and Konami, they have to do something with this formation screen very soon. Anyway, we're going to dive right into the gameplay in just a second. They talk about a couple of gameplay features here before they do dive into the actual match. I will leave the direct footage in the description if you want to check it out. There is some Volta footage out there as well. So anyway, let's dive into the actual gameplay. Let's have a look at the introductions. Very similar to what we saw last year. Pretty much exactly the same thing, really, isn't it? The contrast in PES sometimes a little bit off. I don't know if that's going to be worked on before the game comes out. And when it launches, it will look a little bit different. I don't really know. Yes, FIFA 20 looks a little bit more dull, but as I said at the beginning of the video, it's because I've downloaded it. It's going to look different on your screen when you're actually playing the game. So they both line up. They do some shaking of the hands. FIFA 1 actually just dives right into the gameplay. They don't mess around too much, so I'm going to pause that one there, and then I'm going to go ahead and fast forward that. And as soon as the PES one gets underway, because I did show the cameras on this one beforehand. I think the camera angle this year on PES is something that is going to really enhance the gameplay if you like to play with it. Not a huge fan of broadcast, but I do like the stadium camera as opposed to what we've had before, which has been quite boring and not too exciting. So let's dive right into the gameplay. You guys compare it, you can watch it. Of course, you can customize FIFA's camera as well. Also take into account that on FIFA 20 right here, it is 2 players playing. It's probably going to be quicker than playing the AI, whereas PES 2020 on your left is myself taking on the AI. This is just primarily to just see the gameplay in action. Is it any different from last year? And for me personally, you know, I've seen snippets of gameplay from FIFA 20. You guys know me, not a huge FIFA fan because I prefer PES's gameplay, right? But I just felt like if you showed me a video of PES 2020, it looks a little bit different, doesn't it? Not a huge difference, but it looks different to PES 2019. Whereas I'm looking at FIFA, you know, 20 here, and I'm thinking, you know, this basically could be FIFA 19. It really could. It's still the same kind of gameplay. I still think it's quite quick. And, you know, players turn faster. Players move faster. You know, you can see the dribbling mechanics here. It's the way FIFA works. FIFA is a more responsive game than PES, okay? It is. Now, what happens when it's more responsive? It's going to be sped up. It just purely is because that's the way it works. Whereas on PES, it's different. It's slower. I feel like this year they've gone for more of a simulation than ever, especially with the physicality that we have. And I'm liking that. I'm liking that fact. So let's just move on. Let's carry on here. I'm playing around with the camera too much with the gameplay, so let's dive right into it. I really do love this camera angle. I think it's really nice. It works well. Yes, on FIFA, of course, you can zoom it out further and further. Having a look at a couple of FIFA videos that I saw, they did state this year that if you do abuse the skill stick, and you constantly spam skills over and over again, you will eventually start making mistakes. I think that's good. I think, yes, that's needed because, you can sit there and do 15 Maradonas in a row, 25 steppos, and you never make a mistake. It's a little bit ridiculous. And we've seen on PES this year, though, that there are plenty of times where players will make mistakes. Even on Superstar, playing the AI, it's been great to see. Playing with yourself, on Pass Support 1 even, you are going to make those errors if you don't plant your foot correctly, if you're not facing the right way. And I think that's going to be a big plus online as well, as long as it runs well, right? As long as the servers are good and there isn't too much problems. I'm playing on sort of advanced shooting in the PES copy right there. So what does FIFA have for it going over PES? Should we talk about that real quickly when it comes to the actual gameplay? And I do still feel like the presentation of FIFA is still, you can't touch it when it comes to that. They do a really good job. What with the crowds even, the effects, the environments. Yes, they've got the official scoreboards. It all looks good. Even the replays are a lot better, I feel, than PES. PES just, they struggle in that regard. Not necessarily something that I feel they have to work on, because yes, I would rather have the gameplay be better than just having some overlays or having a better presentation. But PES are also getting to the point now where, yeah, the gameplay is great, but we want to see something extra. So I don't think you can really dispute the fact that FIFA is a better package overall when it comes to the presentation, when it comes to the overlays and the replays and all that fun stuff. But where PES kind of excels, it really is for me just the core fundamentals of the gameplay. There are still problems here and there, yes, we know. But overall, it's such an enjoyable experience when you do play and you get it right and you score some fantastic goals and, you have that element of just enjoying the game. Getting that PES feeling back, I think that's what we've missed over the years. Because when I was a young kid and I used to bang in a couple of goals and, celebrate, just enjoyed the moment. Not every goal felt the same. I think PES over the years has lost that little bit of knack that every goal is kind of similar. But this year, I feel like Konami have done a pretty good job of it. So, saw a goal there from FIFA, slotted it home. The replays, once again, still nicely done. The goal celebrations are good fun. See, FIFA has a little bit more flexibility in their celebrations because you can kind of come up with your own, whereas PES, it's more realistic again, isn't it? It is. I think that is the key word, realism. At the end of the day, that is what it's all about. I think if you want to play a realistic simulation of football this year, and you're not worried about online, PES is going to be the way to go. We haven't seen too much of Master League. We don't know exactly how it's going to play. Is it going to be totally different from last year? We know it's got improvements, but we don't know what exactly. If you're willing to take that gamble, you're willing to say, yes, I want to play offline, I want to play Master League, I want it to be more of a simulation, then go for PES. Of course, you can turn off the assists, you can play full manual and have a real hard time trying to beat the AI, but it's great fun. But if you're more of a friend-based, online-based person maybe, then FIFA could be the way for you, because FIFA is pick up and play. FIFA has a lot going for it when it comes to game modes, when it comes to online. They've got Volta this year. FIFA's a really good package to play because it's very deep. It's very deep when it comes to the game modes, online, teams, licenses. All that is going to be for those FIFA players. Whereas if you're a PES player, you know it's about gameplay, and you're going to be either playing My Club or you're going to be playing Master League. There really isn't any other game modes I feel like too many people play. Even Become a Legend has become rather stale now. So For me, it's down to personal preference. If you want to take the risk this year and switch to PES from FIFA, yes, there's going to be a learning curve. There is. It's a slower game. Players take, as you can see right now, they take longer to control the ball. They take longer to turn, do tricks. That's the way it works. But if you've had enough of PES and you feel like now is a time to switch to FIFA and you want something maybe a little bit more quicker, pick up and play, couple of trickeries here, better online experience, because yes, the servers do run better, I feel, then FIFA's going to be the choice for you. It really is, up to you, of course, at the end of the day. Play the demos, try them out. The FIFA demo will be out at some point. I know there's a beta out now for those playing that. But test them, play them, enjoy what you want to enjoy. For me, I'm still going to go for PES. I've just fallen in love with the game over the years, or not even over the years, back in the 90s when I first started playing it. And I've always loved the gameplay, and I've struggled to enjoy FIFAs. Not to say you don't have to enjoy PES, because you don't. Everyone has an opinion. But for me, that's what I love. And I feel this year, Konami have really shown us they've been listening, and they'll push forward and really hopefully launch a fantastic game come September 10th. But anyway, let me know your thoughts below. What are you going to be playing? Do you think the gameplay here for FIFA is different enough from FIFA 19 to warrant a purchase? Do you feel like Volta is enough to warrant buying the game purely for that game mode? Who knows? Let me know below. Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, that is all for today. I wanted to just put out a video just comparing them side by side, primarily for the fact that I think it's a good idea to see the differences between the two, because they are so different from each other, it's unreal. They're not the same game, not the same mechanics, and just completely different under the hood. But PES has got more licenses than ever this year, which is a good sign. Obviously, nowhere near as much as FIFA, but still an enjoyable experience. Anyway, until next time, guys, take care, subscribe for more, and we shall return shortly. See you in the next one.